printed this out. Okay, and so there's nothing in the back. 6 names in the front. Okay, now these are gonna be table cards, place cards for a formal dinner. Okay, so print this out first using your laser printer or your inkjet. You can handwrite it if you want, and then use the crayons. Okay, so let me cut this for you, and I'll return once it's cut. Okay, here are the place cards that we did, that I showed you earlier as one sheet, right? So now, see that it's perforated. I know where to fold it, right? Now, learning to print on like 8.5 by 11, and then cutting them, and making sure that the names are centered. You gotta experiment. You gotta learn on your own. Find out a method of doing it for based on the programs that you're using. Okay, so we have 6 place cards for, let's pretend we have a formal dinner. So start with this. Like to match. Oops. Wouldn't doesn't work anymore. Maybe it does. It should work. The flu. Maybe I've used it too much. Do this so it sticks, because see, it's okay, that's good, right? So we're good with that. Now we need to do each one of them. Let's just do gold. Should we do gold? Okay, for this one, let's do gold. We're going to be using this blade. It's a different shape. See that? I wonder what we can put on here. You know what? We need something smaller than this, because we only have a small space. See, right there. So let's use a narrower blade right there. Okay. Good enough. You like that? Let's do one. Okay, so there's one. You think, do you think that's good enough, right? Or maybe we should add some more. Let's put in, oh, that's good enough for this one, okay. Now let's do this using red. It's good enough. Yes. This one will use metallic blue. This one, let's use yellow. Or orange, let's use orange. See, you want to match the first, you want to match the next few strokes with the first strokes, with the first stroke that you did, right? Okay. Yeah, good enough. Let's use a yellow and a red. Okay, now see this red. This red has the gold, right? I don't want to use that. Let's use this. See that? There's a yellow center with a red tip. Okay, now let's try putting in a, wonder if we should put in a green. Okay, let's put in green. Somewhere, oh, I know, over there. Oops, maybe not. I can't decide. I think it's good enough, right? What about here? I know. Over here. Once again, we're experimenting. It looks good, right? That's good enough. Let's do this. See, you gotta be a little faster than that. And make sure that you get used to what you're doing, so you can easily remedy whatever possible errors you may have made. That's good enough. For now, we're just practicing. Okay, what is this? I think we used metallic. Good enough. You need to plan this, okay? So you kind of understand what you're doing. And if you're making proposals to people who are going to pay you to do this, then you have to be a little more okay. This we used gold, so let's maintain that gold color. Oh, we got one. Let's do red and yellow. When you do this, you have to make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. Then make sure that your candle is secure and isn't a fire hazard. Okay. clean the ValCrayon. Okay, now we're done. So we put up this and we fold them. Make sure your hands are clean. You can see that. So now you have 6 more, right? Or 5 more. Oops. See that? Went past. See that? That's too bad. That's okay. So there you go. You got placeholders or what do you call that? Place cards for your guests. If you have a placeholder for the cards, then you just have to. They don't. If you have a stand, okay, your placeholder for the place cards, then you can cut this off. But for our convenience, everyone's gonna wonder, hey, how did you do that? That is so neat. Look at that. It's handcrafted. Now you can compare it too. They're never alike, see. Now these are double colors and these are single colors. And you're good to go. Valzubiri, and I'd like to tell you about the valzubiriagenda. So my idea was to self-publishing. You know, self-publishing is now accepted. It's been a decade, okay, and what you can do is self-publish your works, and I have an example. And self-publish your something about yourself, which is the best thing I can recommend is write your memoirs and your biographies. So right now I have four memoirs. Okay, all different stories and whatever. So these are all mine, and I'm okay now. Just want to show you how you can one up the competition, right? So I was telling myself I can write one memoir, but somebody can do that too, you know. So before I came out and start promoting anything, I wrote 4 memoirs, and now I have 4. I can write more. Okay, now here's how to one up your competition. This guy has 273 works, right, Richard? So it's kind of like, hey, you know what? It's gonna be a thick book, and it's gonna be $59.95. So I said, I decided to shuffle his works. So this is his works, and I reshuffled them and split them in 2. So now he's got volume 1, in volume 2 of the same pages, only they're reshuffled, and now he can sell each book for $37.95. So that's something you can do. Come up with 3 books because you can, instead of just one. If I were a really mean publisher, I'd say, hey, you know what, I can only give you one book. But now he's got 3. And he's 72 years old now. We did this when he was 70 years old, 2 years ago. And he still cannot believe that he's got 3 books on Amazon. Okay, now I have 4 titles on Amazon. Okay, now because my art is kind of slower, I make dolls from porcelain, and I make them from scratch, and then I put clothes on them and whatever. I'd like to make a proposal to investors that I'd like to include a diorama to make my works like dioramas with the dolls, and then I'd be able to incorporate precious metals and gemstones into the work, and that's how I would like to justify my prices. Okay, now here's something else. Once you've written one, you'd want to write more. Okay, once you have this guy, for example, I designed this book, Jerry Miller. Okay, so he wrote this 2 years ago in 2014. Yeah, 3 years ago. And then he wrote a second one, and now he's 72 years old with his twin brother. And so basically what I'm saying is, once you start writing one, you'll get to write another one, because it's fun. And it'll help your art if it's a memoir. And so I'm going to be releasing 2 books in January about this valzubiriagenda, and to give you things, give you some pointers on how to write, how to emotionally deal with your writing, and how to be a little more technical when it comes to publishing books. I don't want to show you Jerry's face, okay? But Jerry came out with. He told me he had a book, and I said, okay, I'll help you when you're done writing. He didn't. He didn't call me like until he got this put in to online. Createspace.com. Look at that. It's got a lot of empty spaces here. A lot of line and a half, and a lot of space here. It's not good, right? Look at the cover. The back cover is doesn't even have the spine, and then he's got this design on his cover. Okay. I don't want to show his face too close. So I helped him. Okay. So now this looks better. See. Now you need to do all these technical things. Be aware of these things, and I'll teach you. So basically, you're not even like a writer, and I'll teach you how to write, and I'll teach you how to become your own publisher. There is something else. Okay. I'm gonna show you and explain to you what goes on with publishing books. Look at that. So that's page 59. Let's go look at page 59 over here. Okay, see that? It's something to do with the embedding of fonts. Okay. See. So these things you need to know, and I'll teach you, and it's really simple. Some people make it think it's a mystery to publish. It's not, Okay, so there's something else too. With the valzubiriagenda, I am suggesting for people to double their price, and make an announcement of their scarcity. So for every price point, you're gonna make an announcement of how many art pieces you're gonna do at those price points, right? Now here's 100,000 to start, because art is unregulated. You can keep doubling the price. And so if the artist says that the current price that he's asking for or she is asking for is $1,600,000, then everyone's price would be at that point, right? So everyone's potential revenue would be the difference between the current street value and the cost of acquisition. So let me show you that here. Okay, so this is the price, and the green would be the potential revenue. If this is the cost of acquisition, then this is the potential revenue. If this is the street market value right now. Okay, so now look at this. If the person succeeds, see that? That's the cost of acquisition, and then this is the street, the potential revenue, which you can report in your financial statements. That you have a, you bought something here, and now it's reached here. So there's a potential revenue, and that can be part of your report in your financial report. Okay, so now let's say you're a homeless person, right? And you're a street artist, and you're charging people at $5. So see that it can reach 2,560 in 10 steps. See, so you can say, hey, I'm gonna make 100 pieces at $5, and then $10, 100 pieces, and then another 100. So and then after this, you can say, hey, I'm gonna retire. Okay. So this is per piece. See, so there's money to be made only if it trends and people start accepting this. Okay, now look at this number. That starts at 100, and in 10 iterations, it reaches $51,200,000 per piece. Okay, now here's something else. If you get your pen and paper and try to do 1,600 pieces all the way to here, right? So this would be, on here, it'll be like 1,440 pieces at this thing. Now, the 1,141st will be this street market value, right? This asking price. So if you look at that and you go like this, and you do like 1,600, so 1,440 up to here, and then this is the price that you're calculating on, you'll get just a little over $60 billion from that one single artist. And guess who got in trouble for not coming up with $60 billion? Bernie Madoff. Okay, so what I'm saying is, if only Bernie Madoff contracted with an individual who's still unknown, who starts at this price, he'll reach like $80 billion less the cost of acquisition here. So he'll have a net of like about $64 billion, something like that. Get your pen and paper, and you'll know that I'm right. So what I'm saying is, if you're in trouble and you need money, and you can get it through art, and if you get something here, all you need to do is to wait for the next iteration of the price, and you can tell your people that the investment just doubled. And then you can resell the art for maybe if it's 25 asking price, then you can say approach your friend and say, I'm gonna sell you my art for $20 billion. It's at $20 million. So you give a discount, right? And that's what happens. Okay, now you don't only give discounts, you also give commissions. If somebody knows a bank that needs a lot of money, and that bank can purchase like 200 works from an artist, then that artist should should give that person a commission if he can connect him or her to this bank. See, so you give away commissions. Now here's the thing. There are corporations that need money right now. There are national agencies that need money right now. And there are countries that need money right now. There are local agencies, government agencies who can't even pay the pension of their retired former employees. So they need money, and they need money creatively, and the way to do that is art, and make sure that you give commissions to those people who deserve a commission and deserve, if you have $20 million, you give away $4 million. That can set somebody for life. Okay, so I guess that's it. So I'll see you soon, and thank you for listening. And follow me, because every once in a while I'll go live and then explain this more to you.